has been an amazing tournament. It has been a great week. I think it has been packed with so much surprises, with a lot of drama in it as well. Not just by the female side, but the male side as well. I had absolute fun. I must say, these teams really came out in numbers and came to showcase their skills and dedication to the tournament, not just to the tournament, but their countries as well. So I had a blast. I had fun.
Absolutely amazing. Nelly, we've seen top netball here. Talking about top netball, South Africa's results, taking a clean sweep all the way through, and of course beating Zimbabwe there in the semi-finals, right into the final, 63-41. What do you make of them and their journey throughout the tournament?
I mean, South Africa has had a great journey, and not just throughout this tournament, but I mean generally throughout the year as well. So it was very much expected for Zimbabwe to be defeated by South Africa, but I mean it was not an easy defeat there. I mean South Africa really had to work hard for that win, but I mean South Africa has really been preparing very well throughout this tournament, as they have players that are part of the Super League. I mean Zimbabwe's line out seemed to be spectacular, beautiful, and of course a win definitely was expected, and without no defeat throughout this tournament, I mean it's going to be a tough one tonight.
Sharon, definitely a tough one. Now, of course, we have the She Cranes that have also it's been a bumpy ride for them actually. Lost to Zimbabwe and then made it in the 3-4-3 afterwards, beating Malawi in yesterday's semi-final 51-43 to make it there. Talk to us about just their journey through this campaign.
I think for Uganda, their eye-opener
organizing such a prestigious event. As well, we do extend our gratitude to the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Services. And there is our lineup for our officials for today's final match.
Cashwell Palmer for England, Victor from Botswana, and Shakatsa also there as the third umpire. And at the moment we have the national anthem.
Thank you. And now for the national anthem of South Africa.
Beautiful anthems there of the two teams seeing each other in the finals. That's Uganda and South Africa. Beautiful moments as you've seen on the screen there. Quite emotional moments there. Also showcased there by
proud
yes,
moments.
very beautiful proud moments. And again, congratulatory message to both teams goes from us here. And we definitely wish both teams the best of luck for this finals.
And you extended a thanks there to the Deb Marine World Netball, African Netball, and let's not forget the incredible efforts of our host, NETBALL Namibia, who have done a fantastic job in delivering a seamless tournament. The support from the Minister of Sports, Youth and National Services, SWAKOPMUND at a whole, and our sister federation, that is Netball South Africa, has been invaluable throughout this tournament. So a beautiful thank you to all our sponsors.
That's right. A very fast center there that was taken by the South African team. And now Uganda is currently on the attack. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, we are here live at the MTC Dome in SWAKOPMUND, Namibia, and it is definitely the Namibia Africa Netball Cup 2024. It is South Africa against Uganda, currently 1 each. South Africa takes it right under the pole and brings the score to 2-0.
I'm seeing that this will definitely be a fast and quick-paced game. It is going to be a physical game, a paced game, and both these teams will definitely try to keep that is under each other's belts, all quarters starting now. And another take there by Irene, feeding it to Sherlock, just not finding Sherlock comfortably there. Match official calling for a penalty in favor of Uganda.
There you have it. Seems like it's going to be a goal-to-goal game. Very electrifying, very fast. I believe we definitely will have speed lightning netball play here, especially for the South African side of things. Uganda does have a way of actually slowing down a game at a certain point, and I think that should be expected. Otherwise, they'll probably have to pick up with the South African speed and see how that works out for them. And as we were mentioning earlier, we'd just like to thank you all, to extend a thank you to these organizers for making this African Netball Cup a celebration of skill, teamwork and sportsmanship. And now here we go, the final match of the tournament, South Africa versus Uganda, a clash of titans.
I definitely said that it is a clash of titans.
Of course, of course.
Big names here on court, not just the countries but the players in a whole as well. And now let's just indulge into this skillful play here from both sides. And now Kanyisa finding Kamu, and Kamu just not getting a comfortable land there in the shooting circle. And you can see the band on her arm. She did pick up an injury that is during her game between South Africa and Malawi, but she's definitely back to fight through this war for glory.
Of course, definitely that injury will not hold her back for her to just give her ultimate best today, as first place definitely is up for grabs this afternoon, and both teams really fighting tooth and nail here. Uganda playing backwards, trying to find their feet there in the front. There is definitely an obstruction there by the Saint Rifilu, and miscommunication there from the Ugandan side, and Mary not being able to get a hold of that ball. It definitely is a throw in. Mary breaking space there, a distance, and is out of play. Of course, the GK Nicholas Smith definitely takes that penalty. South Africa at lightning speed, trying to get that ball as fast as possible to Kamu as well as Elmery to make sure that indeed it is beautiful split there by Kamu.
Quick one, I tell you. And you can see the crowd came out in numbers because we were all anticipating this final.
Of course.
Not just the crowd here physically at the Dome, but you watching us on NBC Sports and NBC2. Welcome, guys. It is an electrifying final here, and I'm so excited to be part of it. Elmer is sinking that one comfortably, that is, for the Spa Proteas, with a smile on her face, definitely ready for more rounds in this game.
Definitely a fast-paced game here. The tempo is quite high. If you do not want to miss anything, please do stay glued and tuned there. Irene, beautiful elevation there from Carla, the GD, but unfortunately her distance was not quite wide enough, so it is definitely a penalty pause in the Ugandan circle. Irene feeds Sherlock, but unfortunately the defenders have a hand on them.
But I think Smith and Carla definitely make sure that they read the game of Uganda prior to this, and I'm seeing their work in front and around that is Merle Sherlock, making it quite difficult for her to come out for those balls, and a lovely pressure there from the Spa Proteas defense. And now Ariane takes the shot and sinks it for Uganda.
South Africa having a lead here early in the game with a 2-goal difference, 6-4 that is, and Uganda definitely trailing right behind them, and it is them on the attack as we speak. Definitely a competition between...
An evenly matched competition.
They're evenly matched when it comes to height, though. That's Nicola Smith as well as Charlotte Nuba. They definitely... Nicola is not going to make it easy there for the Ugandan shooter. But Irene takes this penalty, and of course she sinks it in there for Uganda. The GA for Uganda, that's Irene Yaru. Very disciplined player, very athletic. I mean, one hustler there. Fortunately, feeding a very predictable ball there, and South Africa gets a hold of it, and now South Africa is making use of this. And will they convert this? Kanye, center. Beautifully fed there, even though it was a bit uncomfortable there to Elmarie, who sinks it in there for South Africa. South Africa center pass.
Lovely feed there into the shooting circle. Kanyisa reading that is Van der Berg under the shooting pole there, and she sinks it in. And I'm saying if Uganda does not take charge of quarters in between 1, 2, and 3, the fourth one is definitely going to show us the end result. And now we are fighting, and Sherlock now passing it. That is to Margaret at the edge of the circle. You see Carla just sustaining her firm ground there in the shooting circle, and passes it over is Irene, the goal attack. Sherlock not sinking it in the first attempt, but does so in the second attempt.
I mean, she definitely goes for her rebounds, so that is definitely expected. But I think at this level of playing and this magnitude of this competition, she really will need to make that one-time shot, as the defenders of South Africa could actually get a hold of that rebound.
And would you say the competition, which is the goalkeeper Farida and Elmarie, is healthy there? Equally matched, would you say?
I mean, definitely Farida is very athletic, but when it comes to height there, I mean, she will have to work 2 times harder, as her shooter is quite taller than she is. So that's definitely work cut out there for her.
Now Uganda on the attack, finding Sherlock outside the circle. It's Margaret today in the pocket. Feeds it to the wing attack at the edge, at the top of the circle, but match official just telling Refilwe that she's out of play. Finds Irene, plays it back. Feeds it over to Sherlock. Another retake there. Penalty given in the shooting circle. Sherlock turns there and finds her way around Smith and sinks that one for Uganda. Beautiful start to this first quarter. 3 points setting these two teams apart, or rather two now.
Such a long ball there to Refilwe, who finds the shooters. Farida causing an obstruction there. Kamu takes that penalty, looks to feed Elmarie, who takes the penalty right under the pole, and of course sinks it in. It is 10-7, South Africa in the lead.
And South Africa will definitely look at keeping this lead throughout the quarters. But Uganda, like we said, will definitely be fighting tooth and nail till the very end. Margareta getting that touch on the ball from Smith. A beautiful take there by Carla almost, but the match official just seeing what he needs to see there in the shooting circle. You know, this is happening so fast. Sometimes we don't actually see what's happening.
And we are right at center of the circle, right front seat there. But of course, the umpire definitely have the right positioning and ankle to make sure that the flow of the game really is accurate and right. Beautiful feed there to Elmarie, very effortlessly, and she sinks that one in there for South Africa. It's definitely going to be a tight game. Both athletes, I mean, both teams showing very seriousness on this game. I mean, we're fighting for first position here.
We're fighting for glory.
We're fighting, definitely.
Lovely take there by Mary Sherlock.
Sherlock definitely sinks that one in. Very unsure though, but
I think it's one thing that she needs to look at throughout this game is definitely taking that first shot and nailing it.
Definitely.
Because Smith and that is Carla will definitely read her game as well and try to also get those rebounds. So one thing that Mary Sherlock would definitely want to look at is sinking those balls at the first attempt.
Yeah, that's, as I've mentioned earlier, that is definitely the way to go, because a rebound is not guaranteed there for her, and she'll definitely have to work harder. But I mean, the team is definitely well glued together. The chemistry is quite good there on the Ugandan side of things. Of course, South Africa with this bullet speed there. I mean, they really hands on deck. I mean, look at the pressure just to get Uganda into the goal third, or rather the ball into Uganda's goal third is taking time. A little bit of pushing and tussling and a lot of work done there. Irene, very disciplined player there. Seriously has been phenomenal throughout this tournament. She takes
And
the ball
sinks.
and sinks it in.
Yes,
such breath-holding moments there.
I know.
It is crazy, but I mean, of course, this was anticipated. This is what we expected, and it is South Africa in the lead with a 2-goal difference. Kamu split there. Ooh,
Quick play.
and Rifule there, really just bouncing on to her, and she gets that in for South Africa.
Oh yes, Farida and Sandra, that is the goal defense goalkeeper of Malawi, definitely have their work cut out there for them, having to deal, that is, with Van der Berg and Kamo. So you can see the bench keeping the time as well, seeing it is less than almost 3 minutes to go. And now Mary playing it to her goal, win attack rather. Irene finds it. Doesn't take it, and I said Smith will definitely be reading all those rebounds.
And she was actually hesitant to take that shot, as well as she wanted to feed it through to Sherlock, but of course Sherlock could not get that rebound to save her team. Of course, South Africa will capitalize on this opportunity, and of course so they are doing so, and it's already in their goal third.
And now Kanyisa feeds it to Kamo. Back to Kanyisa at the top of the circle. Feeds it all the way to Refilwe and into Van der Berg there on the baseline. A beautiful pass there. What a play.
Lovely playing there.
Refilwe now really quick and taking the center. Spar Proteas in the pocket there.
Center.
3-ball play by the South African Proteas, but plays it back to Kanyisa. Oh yes, like I said in the previous game, I think the whistle of the match officials are most tempted and tested there in the shooting circle of both these teams. And Kamo just sending that ball there to Van der Berg, that sinks it in for the Spar Proteas.
Would you think that the South African shooters definitely are feeling the pressure from the Ugandan defense?
Oh yes, oh definitely.
Not having it easy, eh?
But I think it's too early to say. I think they still need to warm up. That is around the shooting circle of South Africa. Not too much pressure on them, as they are finding it quite relaxed and easy to capitalize and sink those balls. Compared to the defending side of the Malawian shooting circle, more pressure definitely happening here on this side of the shooting and of Uganda.
With just over 1 minute to go, South Africa is leading with a 4-goal difference, and I mean, it has been very fast first quarter.
Oh yes.
Seems like it just started, but I mean, both teams really are fighting.
Oh, beautiful play there by
play.
Kamo, and she plays herself into the space. And
of course, she really makes sure that she jumps into the space and closer to the pole, and that is what you want to do at this stage of the tournament, because you do not want to gamble any shots there. You always want to make sure.
Oh yes, the match official just making sure that all things are in order. Ball is set at the right spot, and they can take the penalty. And we are seconds down. That is to this last quarter. Beautiful pass there.
Well, Sherlock actually minimized that. Of course, she does, bringing the score to 16-12, and that is just a 4-goal difference. But South Africa takes their center as fast as they possibly can, and of course. Oh, she misses
Kanyisa
that one.
definitely made that look too easy, and I spoke about the pressure there in the shooting circle of the Spar Proteas. excellent take there, and
Beautiful,
that is the
beautiful
end
save
of
from the
our
Ugandan
first
defense.
quarter.
Definitely so. Lovely defense there from the Ugandan defenders, making sure that in fact South Africa does not shoot that one in. And I mean, seriously, it has been a phenomenal first quarter. 3 more quarters to go. And at this point, I just want to say that we would like to acknowledge the incredible sponsorship skills and determination we've seen over these 6 days.
All right, we'll be back with the second quarter of the first half of this amazing final. It is the African Netball Cup. We're finding ourselves at the Dome. It's the coastal town of SWAKOP. Very anticipating fun to still come. Stay locked. That is on NBC Sports and NBC2.
Welcome back to the second quarter of the thrilling female finals between South Africa and Uganda. At the end of the first quarter, South Africa is leading 16-12, but Uganda is keeping them on their toes with some excellent defense work.
Oh yes, South Africa may be ahead, but Uganda has shown resilience and determination, and their mid-court has been particularly strong, with Farida delivering some crucial intercepts to disturb that is South Africa's flow. Hopefully we'll see more of that, or more on the opposite side of that as well.
Of course, we're just resuming the second quarter right now. Sherlock definitely under the pole, and she brings the score to 16-13, and South Africa takes the center.
Kamo feeds it over the defense of Uganda. Van der Berg perfectly stagnant there in the shooting circle. And
I mean, South
one.
Africa is not wasting time with their center passes at all.
Oh yes,
and 2 ball center pass, and Uganda's center just donated over through to the South Africans, and South Africa definitely taking advantage of that.
Oh yes, and we spoke about it just pre conversations there before the game, as we said, how difficult it will be for for the defense of Uganda to keep South Africa players that is intact or try to break their flow, as South Africa is definitely coming out stronger in this quarter. So much still to happen now. Uganda on the attack.
All right, and in the second quarter, you will notice that Farida just got off court, and she was replaced by Hanisha Mohammed, that's taking the GK position. Of course, Uganda currently, slippery hands there from Mary Sherlock, and it is a throw in for South Africa. Another turnover there for them. Again, a bullet speed there. South Africa clearly trying to get to their goalpost as fast as they possibly can, but they definitely are forced to play a few passes there before it gets into the shooter's hands.
Is it just me, or does Kamo Gelo give off a sense like a model? It's like you took a model and brought her into the netball court because the way she's playing is so soft, centered. She doesn't rush. She doesn't have aggression towards her play. She doesn't have too much speed as well, but she's very efficient in that shooting circle.
I mean, a different style there of playing from the South Africans, because a lot of South Africans really do bring about speed to the team, and a lot of lovely overpass there from Irene to Sherlock, who misses that one, but beautifully gets the rebound and sinks it in the, like we mentioned earlier, she really needs to make sure of that first shot there.
That's right.
Otherwise, really, the South African defense, they don't waste no time.
And Kanyisa feeding it into Van der Berg that slaps that thigh and just says, accuracy on point. And now the center of Uganda, Margaret, now playing it, that is to Irene, to the wing attack rather, and Sherlock finds Irene, but just not focusing and communicating and connecting very well there. Ugandan attack, definitely something that they can have a word or two to and keep their focus in the second quarter as well. What a take there by the goalkeeper. Definitely wide awake to read that ball perfectly, and now Uganda again on the attack.
That's right there. I mean, there's a beautiful display in the mid-court there from the South African center. Refila always driving the game, always availing herself and assisting her team. A beautiful play. It has been a back and forth on this center pass with South Africa in the lead with just a 4-goal difference. It is the second quarter, and with just over 11 minutes to spare, Sherlock under the pole, and gently this time around she sinks it in.
Oh, yes. I just feel like Sherlock has been quite quiet during this final. Whenever her team is a little bit pressured there in the mid-court, you would see her coming out of the circle. But I feel like she's quite of a quiet and a still play today. Probably still going to warm up and see the necessity that is to come out of the circle and assist there with the shooting and the attacking as well.
Of course. Hopefully we'll get to see that in a very near time to come. But Uganda taking the center pass, of course, being forced to play back as the South African. And there goes your soft model, not knowing what it is that she did. That's
exactly.
there, causing an infringement in the center third. But of course, Uganda is still on the attack. A lot of whistles from the match officials there. I guess it's a lot of infringements being caused there.
Oh yes,
not allowing the ball to move forward in time.
Smith definitely reading those turns of Mary Sherlock, and them having quite of a difficulty there in finding Irene, just running away there from Carla and finding herself sinking that ball.
Lovely pass there from Margaret to Irene. Beautifully played there. And South Africa definitely on the attack. South Africa currently with a 3-goal lead.
Kanyisa searching. She plays it back. Kanyisa again finds Kamo. Kamo search. Kanyisa at the top of the circle, feeds it into Van der Berg. And I think they just build that confidence with Van der Berg to say that we can send you up in that air with whatever ball we pass you with. And she makes it look so effortless also, going up in the air to go get those balls.
Absolutely. Uganda almost delaying that center pass there as they look for the attackers. Carla
not happier with that one.
Absolutely not. But it is definitely a penalty pass there to Uganda. Sherlock left unattainted. Misses that one, gets a rebound, and scores that one. I'm not quite sure. Is she off today?
You see the South African crowd just smiling to that, hopefully wishing that Smith or Carla got that win, but Sherlock comfortably sinks it. And now South Africa finding Refilwe and Kamo there on the baseline. What a play there by the Spa Proteas.
And of course, Uganda's GK. I'm not happy with that one, unfortunately, but the umpires have spoken, and of course, it was a penalty.
Definitely a woman-to-woman man marking happening here, each on its own, getting and trying to intimidate your opponent. And as we see there, definitely all the crowd coming out and to come support these two teams, and also let these ladies know that all things netball we love here in Namibia. Sherlock sings it.
And she does so beautifully as well. I mean, she just had 2 steps more forward, feed the ball, get into a comfortable position, and what does she do? She comfortably gets it and sinks it in, and I think that is just what is expected from her playing today. Kamu gets that ball, takes the time to feed Rufino, and a bit of a push there from the goal defense. Uganda asks for an apology there, feeds her shooter. And one thing about South African shooters, the accuracy level is just on 100. So once you get that ball, rest assured that 99.9% of the time they definitely will sing it in.
That's right.
Uganda, Sherlock coming out.
A lovely spin there by Irene around Carla. Feeding it over, but match official just seeing a little bit of a push there from
Irene.
Is it Irene or Sherlock?
Irene. And
oh, okay.
Yes, and she had to be out of play there. South Africa definitely
quick play
making
there.
use of this opportunity by playing the fastest, the quickest that they can. The beautiful display of athleticism there from Kamu. And what does she do? She definitely sings it in, and the crowd goes wild. It is the finals of the netball African Netball Cup 2024. And it is South Africa facing Uganda in the finals, and South Africa currently in a comfortable lead, or just getting into a comfortable lead of 24-18. That is South Africa, and Uganda with the 18. It is Uganda's center. So much happening on court. It's just the second quarter, and it's just over 6 minutes to go. I mean, both teams have at least run 5 kilos so far. The balls are quite fast. The speed is quite incredible, and the game is quite just electric. Beautiful sports to see here. Beautiful war, like I always say, on court today. Sherlock positioned at this point.
Definitely going to be a challenge for Smith, as you can see. Sherlock definitely having the height advantage there between the two. So Smith would definitely have to jump
just a little bit
higher.
Actually, just a little bit higher.
Oh, yes.
Not much of a height difference there from the two opponents. But South Africa looks like they lost this one there to Malawi. Malawi having a turnover. Sorry, that is Uganda. Uganda having a turnover. It is Uganda and South Africa right now on the finals. And what an incredible display we are witnessing here in the second quarter from both teams. Shooters Sherlock for Uganda and Van der Berg from South Africa. These two are putting on a shooting clinic, dominating their respective ends of the court.
Oh yes, the Sherlock has been sensational for Uganda. Her movement in the circle is so patient and lovely, and constantly that is, you see, just not sinking that one as well. And the South African defense find the perfect shooting that is positioned, and when she's in range, she's almost unstoppable. But now she just rewarded that turnover in favor of South Africa. Now Carla ready, that is to take the penalty. Quick play there to Kanyisa on the top of the circle, finding Kamo back and forth.
Seems like the GD of Uganda somewhat is not reading Kanyisa's Kamus actually playing, because many a times she really just receives the ball, plays it back, receives it again, plays it back, getting closer to the pole, and she does it, without no pressure. I think the GED really needs to pick up on that if they really want to make some sort of change and just narrow down that goal difference between South Africa. Uganda, ooh, what a push there from the wing. Sorry, that's the center.
Lovely feeds it over. Oh yes, the defense of Uganda definitely have to do a little bit better there, and for them to actually break down this score margin and get those intercepts, force for errors, and for them to a little bit of an intimidation on the South African side. Carla just not reading that perfectly, and feed there into the wing attack, and Irene comfortably standing there next to the pole as she gets that feed in and she sinks it in.
Of course, and there is Van der Berg of South Africa. She's equally brilliant, holding her space beautifully and using her height and timing to perfection. Her accuracy is unmatched, and she's making the Ugandan defense work overtime to keep her contained.
Oh yes, and you can see that serious face there on Van der Berg. She's definitely ready to take that glory, but you see the tactical change they called. Is it by Malawi?
Uganda, that is?
Uganda it is.
That's right.
It's that contagiousness, eh?
Oh my goodness, apologies for that one.
Yes.
It is definitely a 6-goal difference. Mary just feeling a bit of a push there from Carla, who takes it right under the pole, taking the penalty, and of course she sinks it in. Sherlock is starting to feel the pressure a little bit more, and she really is going for those balls now, full force.
What's really fascinating is how these two shooters are taking control for the teams. Every time one of them scores, it feels like the other is determined to respond and keeping this game intensely competitive.
Of course, and you will see a change there from the defense side of Uganda, and you'll notice that Sandra, who was the initial goal defense, has been now replaced by Nikito Christine, who is taking on goal defense at the Ugandan backside of things. So now I don't know the changes that Christine will bring to the defense of Uganda. I hope it really does work for them, as they are just behind with 6-goal difference, and Mary trying to narrow that down. South Africa sent there Refilo getting a word from the match official here, to trying to just reminding her to keep it a bit clean there and play safe. It is 28 to 23. South Africa playing it backwards.
I think they're just trying to take time here in this last quarter, but Uganda definitely putting on that pressure in the midcourt with their defense there, making it quite difficult for the South African players to get those balls in the shooting circle, but Kamo makes it look so easy.
Absolutely.
Van der Berg, even easier with that sink there. Beautiful play by the Spa Proteas.
With just seconds to spare, will Uganda actually make that? Ooh,
a startling fight there between the two.
And I'm not sure if Irene knows that she's working against the clock here. Ooh, beautifully played there between Irene and Sherlock. And of course, Sherlock definitely shoots that one in. I think she has her game face on now. I think she really is ready to pause to make sure that indeed
the goalkeeper feels like that was taken out of her hands, but I mean the match official would have seen it, and Van der Berg just sinking that one comfortably as well. Now Uganda on the attack. Margaret plays it to the transverse. Margaret has it again with the clock ticking down. Sherlock comes out, feeds it over, and now that is the end of the second quarter and the first half of this game. An electrifying that is final here happening at the Dome. It's the African Netball Cup, and this beautiful two teams and players battling it out for glory, and it's gonna be another exciting second half. So yes, keep yourself locked. That is on NBC Sports, NBC2.
We'll be back with the third and fourth quarter and the second half of this game.
Absolutely, and with just a comfortable 6-goal difference, South Africa in the lead, Uganda just trailing right behind. They definitely will come back for a beautiful war or a beautiful fight here on the court. And please do stay tuned, as my co-host actually did introduce to you that we will bring the second half of the game. We're just resuming the second quarter right now. Sherlock definitely under the pole, and she
Come on, beats it of Uganda. Van der Berg perfectly step.
Of course, Uganda currently Sherlock, and it is a throw in for South Africa. Another clearly trying to get to their goal post as fast as they possibly can, but they definitely are. As well. I mean, she just, that ball takes her time to feed the feeling and a bit of the cultivating and asking for the ball that she did. And one thing about South African shooters, rest assured that 99.9% of the time they're definitely posting it in. That's right. Uganda, Sherlock coming out. welcome back everyone as we gear up for the third quarter of this highly anticipated final between South Africa and Uganda here at the African Netball Cup 2024. South Africa currently leads 30-24, but Uganda is far from out of this contest.
Oh yes, so before we dive back into the action, we just want to take a moment to reflect on the incredible quality of this tournament. This year's African Netball Cup has been nothing short of spectacular, with world-class netball on display from all participating teams, and I loved it, you loved it, we all loved it.
From the group stages to the knockouts, we've seen fierce competition, incredible athleticism, and unforgettable moments. Teams like Zimbabwe and Malawi showed great resilience, while Eswatini and Namibia demonstrated immense growth in their performances.
Oh yes, you're right, Nelly. The level of talent on display has truly, that is, elevated this tournament. Players like Sherlock, Van der Berg, just to name a few, have not only that is entertained, but have also set a new, that is, benchmark for excellence in the African netball community. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful played here by these two teams as they're coming out from their break, and about to take that is the Champions Court. Uganda taking on South Africa. It is the African Netball Cup. We are finding ourselves in the beautiful coastal town of SWAKOPMUND, and we are definitely at the Dome, anticipating who the glory will go to between those teams. And there's definitely so much time still for us to see who the one will be.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, this was not going to be an easy one. I believe everyone was just in anticipation of trying to figure out who this might be. Even some have already predicted, only time can tell. And really, both teams are really incredible. They are both competitive, and as you see on your screen right now, they are definitely taking the stage. And of course, our match officials being super ready for the second half, which is the third quarter, the championship quarter, we've been saying throughout this tournament, and they are definitely ready to take on the third quarter. Of course, this event wouldn't have been possible without the incredible efforts of African Netball, our host Namibian Netball, and our generous sponsors, including Dep Marine, who's been very pivotal in making this a prestigious and memorable tournament, as well as, of course, the support of the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Services. And there goes the whistle, and we are underway.
Kanyisa feeding it now to Van der Berg there in the shooting circle. What a beautiful chemistry between those two. Definitely a whole lot of confidence and trust wherever they feed the ball there in the shooting circle of South Africa. Now Uganda. I don't think my eyes are failing me, because I don't see Irene, that is the goal attack of Uganda, in this quarter. So that would be Shadia coming in there for the Ugandan goal attack position.
Yes, we definitely do see a bit of change there. But however, the game definitely will continue. I think these changes will bring forth, positive results.
And fresh legs.
Of course, and fresh legs.
Quick play there between Kanyisa and Van der Berg that sinks that one comfortably. Has been having such a great, accurate shooting percentage there for the South African Proteas. And now comes the center goal attack. Plays it to the transverse line. Forced to play back. Healthy battle happening between those two teams. And now feeding it to Sherlock, that steps and takes the shot, giving us some basketball moves there.
Definitely reminding me of the previous male finals, where the GS of South Africa definitely feels comfortable with that little jump when he does all the shoots.
Do you think she took that from that game?
I think she just had to do what she needed to do in that moment.
All right. Carla now with the throw in for South Africa. Quick play there to Kanyisa. That feeds it to the wing defense. Finds the win attack. Already ready to pass, but her shooters definitely still positioning themselves, but match official calls there for a penalty. Feeds it comfortably to Almery, that sinks it in. Oh yes, the match official using his whistle there, and now Finding Margaret in the pocket, and a beautiful come there on the baseline. That is for the goal attack of Uganda.
Of course, and my apologies. As you can see there from the South African side of things, Refilo coming off in this third quarter, the championship quarter, and they have definitely introduced Tarl America from to the center, and that is the South African play. Uganda center pause, beautiful come out there from the GA. Bit of an infringement there. Beautifully played there. I think the GK thought the GS would definitely get that usual overhead ball there, but then, I mean, beautifully read there from the feeder to Sherlock, who beautifully sinks it in there. It is a 10-goal difference at this
yes,
point.
and that's what I say. Ooh, what a play there by Kanyisa and Kamohelo. What a chemistry between those two. Definitely having fun and at the time of their lives throughout this final. Lovely play.
Beautiful chemistry to watch between those two mid-courts, and it's like they've been playing together for years now.
I love it.
It's a beautiful connection, and another beautiful feed there from the GA to the GS of Uganda. Might not have been as fast and bulleted as the South Africans, but it was definitely a beautiful play from the Ugandan side of things. Another long ball.
We're definitely going to see more of those ones coming into the shooting circle of South Africa, because there's a built-in confidence that is with Van der Berg with her attacking side, just allowing her to get those balls up in the air regardless of her positioning. And I say that is pure trust.
Beautiful set there. I think really that is pure trust, because fitting such a ball there and being hesitant, I mean, you have to have some sort of trust to actually get that right.
Smith definitely having a difficulty there, getting Mary Sherlock under her thumb throughout this game, as Sherlock is definitely showing her brilliance there in the shooting circle of Uganda.
I think both teams came very hot in this third quarter. The tempo has risen a bit more as opposed to the last two quarters that we've witnessed, and I think that is really what we've been waiting for. I think we've been waiting for electrifying action here, and I think they're currently delivering that, and that is South Africa against Uganda, and that is with a 9-goal difference. Uganda just trailing ahead with right behind the South Africa. Sherlock losing that one again.
And Carla perfectly reading it as well.
Of South Africa, that's right. And Carla looking for support there. Long ball there to the center, to the GA, and
penalty awarded there by the match official in the shooting circle of South Africa. Kamo passes it to Van der Berg, that countably sinks it, and you get a cheer there from both Kanyisa and Kamo, happy with that deliverance. And now quick center taken there by the South African Spar Proteas. Center finding Van der Berg, and like I said, in the other half of the shooting circle, Smith having difficulties with Mary Sherlock. Definitely the same goes for the shooting circle of South Africa. Sandra and definitely having to come out and do the ultimate most. So it's going to be a bumpy one.
Definitely. Would you say that Uganda is giving South Africa a run for their money at this point?
Not per se, but I must say South Africa is definitely running towards their money.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Lovely said there as well, because, I mean, the goals currently are evident. It's 11-goal difference as we speak, and South Africa seem to be very comfortable.
If there was no scoreboard, would you think that is a score with this magnitude of play here on the court?
That's a good one. That is very difficult to say, because both teams really are showing as very competitive skills here, and it's very difficult to really say that they're trailing behind with a 10-goal difference. And Malawi gets a turnover here, and they're trying really hard to actually convert this one. It is in the center third, into their goal third right now, and a long.
The match official just advancing that ball into the shooting circle. Unnecessary foul called against that is the center of Uganda, Margaret.
It is Uganda center pause again.
she's been brilliant for Uganda throughout this tournament, Margaret. And I must say, throughout the mid-court of Uganda, she's probably one of those players that had a lot of tussle and falls off the court as well.
This tournament, and there goes Uganda losing that ball to South Africa, and South Africa not wasting any time, trying really, really fast, if I do say so myself, to make sure that they definitely capitalize and use this opportunity into their favor. Kamut really takes this one, still looks for assistance, but she's not comfortable with that position. And she gets a penalty right under the pole. Expected to definitely sing it in. Did you think we South African coaches really were waiting for the finals to actually play her a full game, as she was really not playing a whole full game throughout the tournament?
Oh yes, definitely. I know she's a South African favorite, Kamogelo. So when she did not start the game, that is the previous game, you could see that is on the social medias of the fans of South African Proteas. Not so happy with her not starting. That is the previous game, but now back into action, definitely part of the 7 that is spearheading the team into glory. And I'm sure she's glad to be back as well.
Of course, of course. I mean, she's having the time of her life, not sweating much, but I mean, doing what she needs to do, and definitely flying her country's flag really high.
And now Sherlock, goal attack. Center at the top of the circle, but now another turnover in favor of South Africa, and South Africa has been really using those turnovers to the advantage and running away. That is with their scoreboard, a feed there to Van der Berg, just close to the pole, that sinks it comfortably, and the crowd of South Africa definitely happy with that performance.
Definitely having a lovely moment here at the Dome. South African supporters really, really not regretting any moment at all for coming to support this lovely, lovely finals between Uganda and South Africa. And when you look at the defense of South Africa there, Carla Pretorius is putting on an absolute masterclass out there. Her performance is a key reason South Africa has maintained this commanding 10-goal lead. She's been instrumental in ensuring her team not only stays ahead but extends their dominance. Right now, definitely a 13-goal lead.
A tactical change there by the Malawian bench. Not Malawi, but Uganda. Is it because I was anticipating Malawi to be part of the final? Why do I keep saying it?
Interesting.
It's Uganda.
A lot of people were anticipating Zimbabwe and not Malawi.
You see?
But it's definitely Uganda up against South Africa. It definitely has been a long week.
Oh, yeah. It's 6 days of commentary should be a little bit exhausting. So, guys, bear with us as we are entertaining you. That is for this lovely final match. And now Uganda taking that shot, just not comfortably sinking it in. A battle between Sherlock and Smith, and now match official calls that is for a throw-in, South Africa Proteas.
And if you look carefully there, Uganda did make a few changes all at once, bringing back Sandra, the starter GD, back to wing defense, and the GK, they've just introduced Gloria, who currently was the starting wing defense. And those are the changes that Uganda made in this third quarter in their team. Carla.
Oh, yes.
Struggling to actually feed that ball, and umpires calling for a held ball there in the goal set. That's right. And Uganda having an opportunity to actually capitalize on this.
Oh, yes. So now a quick one taken there to Margaret, and center South Africa just having a hand in there, but still in favor of Uganda.
GK giving away a penalty there. A lovely, lovely pass to Sherlock.
Sherlock always having her second attempt all the time, and then she sinks it.
Uganda right now at the center passes, and Shalom, beautiful pass there to the wing attack, who gives it over to the GA. GA positions herself, take her time, and sinks it in there for Uganda. And you can tell she's very satisfied with that smile on her face. Center there, South Africa. Beautiful escape there from Kamu, who beautifully gets that on at the baseline, and most of her balls really are coming from the baseline, and somehow the Ugandan defenders just do not or cannot read that. Another foul play there from the Ugandan side, and South Africa getting another turnover.
Oh, what a lovely red there
from the GK, who does not want to let that one go, because
oh yes, that's for sure.
Because why would I intercept that ball and you just give it away?
And now a hustle for the ball there while she's already on the ground.
South Africa winning that one, and
match
quite
official just
happy
saying
there.
your feet are not on the ground, so my apologies, I read that. And now South Africa speeding down the court here. Kanyisa feeding it over to Van der Berg, that is always ready for those long balls at the base of the shooting circle, then comfortably sinking that one. With less than 2 minutes to play, South Africa definitely showing their dominance here in this final. And Kamo there playing a quick 1-2 there with her center and sinks it in, looking no pressured under that shooting pole of South Africa. Now Margaret starts the center of Uganda, trying to find Sherlock out of that circle, but it plays to their disadvantage, as Smith definitely went for that contesting as well, reading that ball perfectly. And now another turnover in favor of the SPAR Proteas.
And you can see the disappointment on the Ugandan center's face. Not quite happy with that. Seems like it's a bit of a frustration, and Sherlock looking for time out there, asking for a tactical change. I guess she was just communicating to her teammates. South Africa seeing that one, and South Africa comfortably leading 49-33, and umpire definitely having a word there.
Ooh, another caution there. Definitely a physical game here at the Dome in SWAKOPMUND. A quick play there between Kamo and Van der Berg. And now with just seconds ticking down, that is this third quarter, champions quarter. South Africa showing their dominance and skillful play here, and just not getting that, but match official having a word or two there. It's 50-33, and almost till the end of this lovely quarter. Quick play there by Kanyisa into the shooting circle to Van der Berg, but
a beautiful tap there from the GK of Uganda. What a wasteful play for the last three centers there, the Ugandan attacking side of the court. Not quite sure what happened there. Seems like the chemistry is being broken down,
and it's honestly the bravery that Van der Berg has in that shooting circle. She's sandwiched by both the defenders, but still climbs so high for those balls. And as we wrap up, that is the third quarter of this game. It's a grand final. We are looking for who will take the glory. South Africa looking powerful, dominant in this last third quarter, and still the last quarter to come. It is the African Netball Cup 2024. We are finding ourselves, that is, in the coastal town of SWAKOPMUND, and also on NBC Sports, NBC Plus, NBC2. And it is South Africa 50 and Uganda 30.
Of course, as we've witnessed, especially in the last minutes of the third quarter, Uganda's defense has certainly stepped up in this quarter, and a lot of that has to do with Gloria's tactical shift to a deeper position. She's making her presence felt in the circle, disrupting South Africa's attacking rhythm, and that is how you see the disruption actually occurring in the last seconds of this game, where Carla actually gave away a penalty, causing obstruction right under the pole there. So it is quite evident that Gloria's shift, or rather replacement, was a good move there from the Ugandan side of things. definitely the final quarter of this final game for the African Netball Cup 2025. And thank you so much for joining us again. I do welcome you back to this electrifying African Netball Cup women final. South Africa leading Uganda by 50-53. But with 15 minutes to go, anything is possible.
Oh yes, and you see the match official just handing the center of the SPAR Proteas the ball, and this is going to be the last 15 minutes of this lovely tournament. If you have been with us for the last 6 days, thank you so much. It has been a thrill here at the Dome in the coastal town of SWAKOPMUND.
So surreal. It is just 15 minutes standing between these two teams to see who indeed will be victorious and come out first in the African Netball Cup 2024. It is, like we said, it's early to tell. 15 minutes is quite a lot, and a game can be changed within just, beautiful pause there, within just 3 to 5 minutes, and with a 16 goal difference there. Do you think there can be a drastic change there? Do you think a surprise could come about?
All things honesty, it is a Saturday. I can't lie on Saturdays, okay? So I really hope maybe Uganda can narrow down at least that score margin. I think it creates a type of hope and also a very electrifying give that is to the supporters that came out to show Uganda some love. But I must say that South Africa is not going to take off their foot off this pedal just now, and it's the last quarter. They will go full force, and definitely the result will show at the end. Makamo getting the penalty there, the crowd not very pleased with that one, and now again another center pass there from Uganda.
Of course, and coming in this last quarter, there has again been a shift from the Ugandan side of the team. And Gloria coming away from the goal defense, goalkeeper, and now she's taken the goal defense that is for Uganda. And the wing defense, Sandra coming back there for wing defense. So that's the shift or the changes that has occurred from the Ugandan side.
Another tactical change there. Irene coming back to come fight this last quarter. There behind was Sherlock. Kama plays it to the transverse line. Not finding the center. Margaret getting that loose ball comfortably. And now Irene coming all the way up to assist that is with that ball movement and safe travel of the ball into the shooting circle. Sherlock also coming out on the top of the circle. Finding Margaret. Feeding it over Smith, and match official also calling that is for a contact.
A bit of a frustration show there from Sherlock.
Sherlock just not sinking that one. Irene almost caught in uncomfortable balance there, but match official again. I think their whistles are definitely working there in the shooting circle.
As far as Uganda stealing that center there from South Africa, it is definitely their center pass. Irene beautifully coming in there for the wing attack, rather coming out beautifully for the center, trying to feed it to Irene, but unfortunately she was off court. And fortunately for South Africa, this is definitely an opportunity that they should and could capitalize on. Too easy there for the GS South Africa. Mrs. left alone right under the pole, and South Africa stealing that center from Uganda. It is their center right now. Kamu to the center. Looks for Kanye, who looks for Kamu and sings it in.
Oh yes, and talking about a Van Wyk, that is the wing defense of South Africa. She has been so quiet in this game, but definitely has been working on the wing attack of Uganda. Not so much performance happening there, but definitely a silent killer happening with that wing defense. And now Kamo just finds that is the center, but contact called and a penalty rewarded. That is to South Africa Proteas. That sinks it.
I have noticed that definitely Elmarie, the GS of South Africa, has been comfortably allowing, or rather offering these penalties to Kamu quite a lot. Do you think she thinks she has done her work, and Kamu can just utilize this opportunity and just shoot as much as she possibly can? Or do you think she feels a little bit more uncomfortable? Perhaps the pressure is getting worse?
No, I don't think no pressure is getting worse there. I think I'm still having it very comfortable and very chill there in the shooting circle. You can see the smile on Almarie's face also. So they are definitely having the fun times here for this last game. I think throughout the tournament, they had to play hard game after game just to secure their spots here in the final. But now, with the tally like that on the scoreboard, I think South Africa is comfortably sitting, lovely, waiting for their moment at the podium.
All right, then. Just a very interesting observation there. Not really interesting per se, but I mean, Sherlock is one of the shooters that really asked for that ball. Evidently so, with her long arm, showing for a long ball there to be fed over to her. And truly speaking, the shooters really do see her and they really try by all means to actually feed her that ball that she's begging for. And in most cases, it really does play in their favor.
Oh yes, come on, just there with a smile on her face. Definitely know that the work that she has put in is rewarding now the rest of the team. A tactical change there. New fresh legs of goalkeeper Uganda stepping on court now to embrace and definitely help the team fight through this last minutes of the game.
Of course, Kamu really not being the most cleanest, safest player here, as she's caused a couple of infringements the last 2 quarters here.
Mind you, and I was saying that she's not aggressive, so I take my words back.
I mean, it's those infringements that are not deliberate. I think those are the accidental ones, but I mean, of course, the match officials cannot overlook such, so what needs to happen has to happen. And from the from the Ugandan side of things again, they've brought in a new GK, rather brought in the original GK that they started with, and that's Farida. I think she had a moment there to rest, had a moment there with the coaches, and she's back in, and Kamu takes it, sends it in there for South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 58-40, and that is South Africa in the lead, and Uganda trailing all the way behind there with a goal difference there. South Africa saying they're not happy with that one. A bit of pushing there from her again, causing the second infringement right after the other. Sherlock missing that one, goes for her rebound, missing it one more time.
Oh my goodness, it must be very nerve-wracking for the supporters that is actually behind the Ugandan team, with Sherlock not actually successfully attempting her first try, but Irene, her backup, definitely sinking that one.
Well, that's right. And truly speaking, I mean, this duo has been incredible and remarkable throughout this tournament. But I think in the circle, I think the GAs rather of Uganda are really, really holding the team down here. Uganda currently in the lead. Sherlock coming out to get beautifully feeding there to her attacker. Again, simply asking for that ball with her arm again, and she receives it beautifully, and this time around she sinks it in at once, and there is a technical change there. Fresh legs there for South Africa, bringing in a wing defense.
They're definitely utilizing all those players on the bench now, just giving each and everyone a chance to play. Definitely nice to see a new face there. Now a penalty rewarded, that is to Uganda.
And Irene takes it. Singing it in there for Uganda. With just over 6 minutes to spare, truly these two teams are definitely fighting tooth and nail to see if whether or not they can become victorious with first place or second place. South Africa's a wing defense that they rather have introduced right now. definitely doing the utmost best there, trying to make sure she keeps her wing attack, caked up or not making it very, very easy there for the South African, for the Ugandan wing attack. But be as it may, South Africa really, really, really leading. And I think it is comfortable to say that the Spa Proteas will definitely be the reigning champion. Obviously, keeping their number one goal, number one spot there, being Africa's top team ranked in Africa. And like I said, it's just over 5 minutes before that is concluded.
Oh yes, the crowd now just cheering on for both teams. Definitely something to be proud of, playing the finals of the African Netball Cup. Uganda trailing behind, but securing that is possibly the second spot. And yesterday we had the third and fourth, that is playoffs. Also the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh, and the eighth. So from bottom to top, 8 position.
And that's right, 8 positions, and it has been
Eswatini?
magnifying just to see such. I believe.
So from 8th it is Kenya, 7th is Eswatini, 6th is Zimbabwe. No, Zambia. 5th is Namibia. 4th is Zimbabwe. Is it Zambia? My apologies. And Zimbabwe, 3rd position. And now we're looking at the first and the second.
Yes, and with just under 4 minutes to go, we definitely will know who will be crowned the African Netball Champions for 2024. That is between South Africa and Uganda. Uganda currently on the attack and trying to move that ball as fast as they possibly can. And there's already cheers coming from the crowd, and they are not trying to back down on this one. They want to really extend that energy from the crowd all the way down to the athletes on court. And Sherlock takes this one and sinks it in the air for South Africa. A lot of back and forth, a lot of cheering there from the crowd, as you can see. South Africa definitely on the attack. Beautifully given to the center. Plays a little bit back. Kanye taking that one. Beautiful speed there from her.
It's her drive in the ball.
Kamu takes it. Thought she was going to sink that one in, but she feeds it to her GS. Beautifully.
Have you
so.
actually picked up on the drive of Kanyisa when she goes in for a ball and jumps into that space?
She really goes full force, and it's very difficult for her wing defense to trail after her. You need to be 2 steps ahead of her to catch up,
I
actually.
agree with that.
Well, that's right.
And you see the crowd just packed up here, but to see who is victorious at the end of this day 6 of African Netball Cup. It has been electrifying week here with so many memories being made, moments that we will never forget. And of course, this broadcast brought to you by NBC Sports, NBC Plus, and on NBC2, giving you all things netball here from the Dome in the coastal town of SWAKOPMUND. And now a quick play there by a center at Elmery there on the baseline, ready to take the shot, and she sinks it in. Beautiful play there by the top team here in the Africa ranking, South Africa's Spa Proteas. Now Uganda with the center.
Of course, Uganda definitely still in this game, obviously trying to make sure that they do perform to the best of their ability till the last whistle goes. It is a penalty pass now. Irene looking for Sherlock. Will she try to sing it in, or will she feed it? She gives it through to Sherlock, who takes her time. And wow,
comfortably from that ankle.
Very
when
much
she's
so.
closer to the pole, she has difficulty sinking it in.
I mean, we have not seen those shots throughout this tournament, and
yes.
that was actually a surprising one for us today. But
like I said, we are here making memories.
Of course, of
Sherlock
course.
just gave us one.
That's right. And Uganda definitely on the defense here. South Africa trying to collectively and calmly play this. It seems like Kamu really has mastered how to feed her GS there, because, I mean, this is not the first ball that she has really passed through to her GS, and GS beautifully actually receiving it and capitalizing on that and converting that as well. So beautiful chemistry there between the GA and the GS of South Africa.
That's right, match official just calling for time there to set the penalty, and with only seconds left in this last quarter, Uganda taking that shot, perfect sink there by Sherlock. Wow, wow, wow. It has been a very interesting journey throughout this week, and you saw that South Africa coming into this tournament and not losing any of their games throughout the pool stages, now definitely showing that they are more of the dynamite and the more dominant team here in Africa.
That's right. What a blind feed there from Kamu to her center. I mean, no defender could have read that one, and he just jumps right in and feeds her shooter. Beautiful sports athleticism there, like I said, that we've witnessed throughout this tournament. Sherlock takes it at that position again, misses it, goes for a rebound, and shoots it in. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end, and that's the last and final whistle. South Africa are the African Netball Cup champions 2024, claiming victory in both the male and female finals. What an outstanding display of dominance and skill from the defending champions.
Absolutely, Nelly. This has been a historic day for South Africa. They've showcased their depth, talent and resilience, proving why they are the powerhouse of African netball. Congratulations to both these teams for an incredible achievement, taking a #1 spot and #2 spot for Uganda.
A massive thank you to all the key players who made this tournament possible. To our sponsors, Step Marine, thank you for your unwavering support of African netball. To Netball Namibia and Africa Netball, thank you for the leadership and vision of this prestigious sports code. And to the Dome and the beautiful town of SWAKOPMUND, we appreciate your hospitality.
What you said, Nelly. We also extend our gratitude to the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Service, Netball Namibia, of course, for hosting this amazing tournament, and our sister federation, Netball South Africa, for your collaboration in hosting, like you said, a prestigious event. What a job well done.
And of course, thank you to you, the fans, wherever you were wherever you were here in SWAKOPMUND or watching from home. Your passion and support have made this tournament unforgettable. We hope you've enjoyed every moment of this incredible journey.
Oh yes, and before we sign off, don't forget the closing ceremony that will be taking place at 4 p.m. It promises to be a celebration of all those teams, players and everyone involved in making this African Netball Cup 2024 a success. From me, Sharon Curry says, it was lovely.
And for me, Nelly, signing off from the commentary box. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, keep supporting netball in good spirits, and adios.
Adios.
Immediately after, don't move from your seats. There is still the official closure of the tournament. Please do not move a seat. There is still the official ceremony closing off this tournament here at the Dome.
different countries, can you get yourselves ready? Get your teams ready on court 2, as we will be walking on from court 2. Thank you. Get the teams ready.
Yes, of course, the final, it concluded right here in SWAKOPMUND. Of course, South Africa snatching the win here in Namibia. Congratulations, Captain. How are you feeling after that victory?
I am so happy and so proud of the team. Like, we really came out today to want to play. We really wanted this, and we could see in the way that we performed. So I'm so proud of the girls, and I'm so happy that we actually got the win.
What do you think was one of the points that really stood out for you that made the team just click and make you take that lead and keep it?
I think it's celebrating those small things. Every time someone got a tip or a touch on everything, we really brought that energy on court just to feed off that and get that momentum. So everyone was really switched on and really connected today, and that's what helped us for the victory.
What do you make of Uganda's performance?
They really came out hard. It was not going to be easy. They did their homework on us. So there was a few times where they really kept us off the ball. But we were really resilient on court today, and that's probably what got us the victory over them.
Congratulations once again. Enjoy the rest of your stay here in Namibia.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, of course, the captain of South Africa having a chat to us about the victory against or over Uganda here in SWAKOPMUND. Now I am also joined by the losing captain from Uganda. Tough battle out there. How are you feeling after that final?
Yeah, of course we're not feeling all that happy because things didn't go like the way we had planned. And it's not the end of the world. I know in a game there are always three things. There's also a win, a lose, and a draw. So whatever comes, always just need to accept it because we didn't do it like intentionally. Yeah.
What do you think at the end of the day cost you guys? You seemed to be in it in the first quarter, and then South Africa took the lead and they just grew it half or quarter by quarter.
Yeah, I think we had lots of some blind passes which we couldn't at least rectify out immediately, but still, and even our shooting, I think it was somehow better. But and the speed which we were trying to use, it was almost like the same like the one of South Africa. At least if we had managed to use our own style of play, like playing very slow. I know for them, whenever we use our own style, it's always very hard for them to mark us. But still, today I see the speed we have been using has been a bit high. I think that's why we have lost the game today.
You think you could take some highlights from this tournament and build from there?
Yeah, of course, as I told you earlier, we always get to learn in each and every game. Whatever we learn, we always keep on applying for the following, either tournament or our game, because we always get to know much things. As I told you earlier, the strength, we always carry it out. The weakness is always a lesson, which we always keep and revising all the time.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the flight back home. Please travel safely and enjoy Namibia.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for hosting us. We love you people and want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. The same to you.
Thank you.
There you have it. Of course, Christmas wishes already coming in early, but not to be for Uganda for today. Of course, South Africa taking that win in the final of the Africa Netball Cup here in SWAKOPMUND.
Thank you.